to see if it comes on, because I don't know whether it's come on yet.
I'll let you know.
It hasn't come on yet.
Yeah.
That's it. If it comes on, because I don't know whether it's come on yet. Yeah, that's better. I think, isn't it? Yes. It's on. Yeah. It's on now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just going to make that bigger. Sorry, we'll be with you all in a minute when I get this chat sorted out. Where's my chat? It ain't come on. Yes, so pop out chat then now. That's it. So
put it on the bed.
It looks like it's all working, I believe. Hello, White Rose Adventures and Drone Junkie. Centroids in the house with Mrs.Centroid. So, welcome to, hello Glyn as well, Media Videos. And it's Sunday night, and it's the first time I've done a live broadcast for quite some time now. So, I thought to start off with, I would interview Mr. Centroid and Mrs. Centroid. And what's she got there? A cat or a dog?
No,
it's a dog. It's a dog. Hello there, Mrs. Centroid. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So we'll get straight on with the interview then. Straight into it. I know we've only got like, how many have we got watching at the moment?
We got 7 watching right now.
7 watching. Oh, well, welcome all to the Eagles channel, and welcome to my 2 guests tonight. Mark is a well-known drone flyer, and he's just getting into the FPV. Mrs. Centroid has got her own channel. I don't think she's got anything on it yet. So, Mrs. Centroid, could you please tell us a little bit about why you have decided to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I've been listening and watching my husband over the past couple of months meet so many wonderful people and have so much fun for hours and hours and hours. And I think I just want to become a part of what he's doing. I'm interested in learning how to fly drones. So I'd like to learn how to do that, but also just from talking to him and meeting some of his friends over the past couple of months, it's just such a nice community of people.
Yeah, because Matt has told me that you've started it. So, what type of content are you thinking about putting on your channel?
Well, on my YouTube channel, definitely something to do with animals. As you can see, I have attached to me right now, Boston Terrier. I'm also a teacher too, so I might want to put some information on my YouTube channel, special ed teacher. So that interests me as well. But I kind of wanted to, I don't really have a hobby outside of my work, so I want to kind of start something besides just schoolwork.
So I gather now that you've got 2 computers, so you could do your channel on the laptop, and Matt could use the desktop version. Before I ask any more questions, I'd just like to welcome Rodney Bell in and Funky Duck Productions. Good evening, good morning, or good day to you. Oh, and Chaotic World, my buddy's in. Hello, Chaotic World. The 2 people that I've got on tonight are Mark and his lovely wife, Mrs. Centroid. I mean, if she wants to give her name out, that's up to Mrs. Centroid, but I'm not, because I was told to behave myself. Because Mark has watched my bad boy interview with Mrs. Jeanette Pickering. And I promised him I would not do a bad boy question. But if Steve comes in, that could change. I'm just telling you, that's just in case he does come in. So then, get back to you, Mark, then now, because hello, Skyview Walker. Nice to have you in as well. This is Centroid Mark and his wife, Mrs. Centroid. You are getting into FPV flying now, first person view flying. What's made you decide to get into that?
I honestly I can't tell you. Maybe just to extend what I've been doing. I never thought I would. In fact, the first time I tried it on the simulator, I wanted to throw the controller through the window or through the screen of the computer because it's frustrating. It's not as easy to do as our photo drones, that's for sure. Then I think it became more of a challenge. Let me see if I can do this. And the more I tried it, the more I started to like it. And oddly enough, Kathy wants to try it now, and I think if she's going to try it, might as well start with that first. Get her on the sim because if she gets spoiled with the GPS and the stabilization, then then it's a harder transition. But I got to say, since I've been messing around with the sims, I mean, I've got my goggles, I've got my transmitter. I don't have an actual drone yet, but I got to say, practicing on the sims has actually improved my cinematic drone flying because I'm much softer on the sticks because you got to be with FPV. So I'm much smoother on controlling my own drone. So I got to say, it's actually helped me with that as well. So.
Well, that is really good, So, Mrs. Centroid's getting into the FPV market first.
Well, I don't know if she's going to, but when I started talking to her and showing her the whoop that I have and the goggles, she says, "I think I want to try that." I mean, unless you did say that, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't want to put words in her mouth. And I was actually a bit shocked when she said that. I'm like, really?
Just going to interrupt for a minute and say, hello, Ian Drones. Nice to have you in as well. All introduce yourself. If you don't support each other's channels, go over and support each other. But mainly, Kev's in, Crags is in.
Hey, what's up, Crags?
Yeah, nice to have you in. So then, getting off your teaching, because I know Val's Life interviewed you, and it was mainly about your teaching things. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Centroid what attracted her when she first met you. What was the attraction that you saw in him, Mrs. Centroid?
Surely wasn't money.
Well, before I started my career in teaching, I worked in the medical field, and I worked in a doctor's office. And Mark, at the time, also was not in teaching yet. He was also working in the medical field. He was
sort of
kind of. He was the manager for ARC's Adult Retarded Citizens. He was the manager of the house. And the doctor's office that I worked for, we took care of those patients. So he would bring the patients in for checkups, for medication management, and those things. And when he came in, I just commented to staff how kind he was and how patient he was with these adult patients. And I also happened to be friendly with another coworker that Mark worked with. So I would see her a lot too. So one day when she came in, I asked if Mark was single. And she said, kind of. I said, okay. She said he had a long distance relationship with someone because he had moved back home after college and she was still living in an area where they went to college. So I said, well, tell him. Well, ask him if I asked him out to lunch one day as friends, would he go with me? So she did ask him, and he did say yes. So I ended up asking him out to lunch. And then after we met, we started to become friends. And then I happened to be making my confirmation that weekend, and he left a little card on my car saying good luck. And after that was all she wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, how long have you two been together then?
Too long. Oh, sorry.
Matt, you shouldn't be saying things like that.
She knows I joke most of the time.
Do you want to answer? Do you remember?
24 years.
Yeah, it'll be 24 years in November.
Oh, so another year then, and you'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Wait. So here's one for you then now, because Mark's been telling me that you have offered to take your daughter anywhere or for whatever, and she's decided on where at the present then.
Oh, for the graduation.
Yeah.
We've started. We want to go to a different country, and she wants to go someplace where it's warm, but there's a little bit of history. So we've narrowed it down to, well, possibly we're going to go visit a travel agent, but maybe Greece or Spain.
Well, she came home with the other day. She wanted to go to Israel.
Well, the latest. If you watch the latest news, yeah, some activity going on in Israel. So I don't know if it's a safe place to go right now, but we've narrowed it down to those two countries.
Yeah.
So
brilliant. And that's, you know, I think Israel would be a lovely place to visit. You know, it's one of my places on the bucket list that I want to visit. So, just getting you aside from that, I had a conversation with Mark not so long ago, and he's never asked you this question, Mrs. Centroid, but would you be willing to sell up and go and live in Alaska?
Well, I've been to Alaska. And it's beautiful. But would I go and settle and live in Alaska? Probably not. I would visit for sure again. But I mean, you never know. As of right now, Mark can start teaching long before I did. He can retire in a few years, and I have to work a little bit longer than Mark. So
yeah, because he did say to me, you really say no straight away to that question, because he says you like all your comforts in life, you know, and to go out there, he was thinking about a lodge or a boat, living on a boat, or getting a camper van, or just going wild and living off the land. You know, I mean, you know what your husband is like.
Yeah.
I'll visit it.
Okay.
Could I just say hello to Essex 2112? Nice to have you in, and I don't know how many viewers we've still got in, but you know. So we're doing all right then for a newbie back again after about a 3-month layoff.
Yeah.
So it's a case of you know, I really thought that you would say no to that question straight away, Mrs. Centroid. But you know, he has got a partial answer now, hasn't he? You know, so you might be able to do that in another. Not when you retire, but when Mrs. Centroid retires.
At that point, I might not want to live off the grid as much. So
yeah, but I'll tell you what, I would love to live off the grid. I watch a lot of those channels where they do boondocking in RVs, but they've still got all the mod cons. You know, they've got internet, they've got TVs, they've got the Xbox, they've got Netflix and everything like that. And that's not living off the grid, is it? Living off the grid, you don't want any of today's modern technology. Hello, Cyberdoc. Nice to have you in. So then, Mrs. Centroid, do you think you are a modern person or an old-fashioned type of wife, you know, mother? If you know what I mean by that, you know, are you a traditionalist or a feminist?
Oh, I'd have to say a little bit of both. My dog is telling me he wants to be pet right now.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. How many animals have you got there?
We have two Boston Terriers.
2 Boston Terriers. And does Mark do most of the dog walking, or do you both share the responsibility?
We share. We share pretty much most responsibilities.
So here's another question then for you. Could you tell us Mark's bad points?
Bad points?
Has he got any?
Well, first of all, how long do you plan on streaming?
Well, his mother warned me.
Oh, his mother warned you. Oh,
that he's a little messy. And so I knew what I was getting into when she said he was a little bit messy. But you know, on the other extreme, I tend to be, I think a little fussy with things. So we kind of balance each other out. And when he leaves his clothes on the floor, forgets to do a few things, I overlook some things, and he does the same with me, because I can tend to be on the other extreme, too neat sometimes to a fault.
You're gonna ask me the same question, right?
Yeah. I'm just looking at what Cyberdoc says. He says, "Oh my, there's a very pronounced delay, echo, things happening." So, can you put your headphones on, Mark, and just play the YouTube channel on something just to hear?
I've got to go right now, so I can do that.
Because I can't hear a thing.
It might be input. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Very bad echo going on, guys, it says. Funky Duck says very bad echo.
Why am I getting any sound at all? I'll pull that out.
So I'm just wondering what that is. Because I can't hear anything here. So can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you through the headphones.
Yeah. Hello, Alex. Could you please tell us if I've altered the sound on all of the NDI and everything like that? I've lowered everything. So what's the sound like now? And have we still got an echo? Please, if someone could tell us.
Yes, you got an echo from me. So you need to either do another input and mute the NDI source. So what you want to do is you want to bring in an audio output and use your headphones as the audio output, and then you mute the NDI source output.
Yeah, I don't know whether I can do that, because it's fine. It's when Centroid and his wife speak, it's still echoes. Yeah, because I'm using the laptop camera on Skype, and I'm using the Logitech. That's where I think I'm getting the echo.
Okay. Because if you, I had the same issue, and whenever I use Skype, I had essentially feed the sound that I could hear Skype into an output for everybody else to hear, so they could hear what I'm hearing, and then I mute any other source that was coming in.
Yeah. So if I change to the Logitech camera on the Skype, you won't be able to see me.
Right. No, you don't want to mute the image. You just want to mute sound. So if you go to your sound bar down below.
Yeah.
You mute the NDI sound, the green bar that would be going up and down.
Yeah.
You mute that, but then you have to do, when you're seeing an input, audio capture input or output, I mean,
Yeah.
and then use your headset so everybody can hear what you're hearing.
Yeah. I don't know whether I'll be able to do that now, Matt. The only thing I can do is, as I say, I can change the on the Skype, if I remember where settings is now. Settings. So I'll go back to change. What is it? Because if I move, I'll change the to the Logitech camera. Yeah. So you won't see me now. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Yeah. So is that any better for our viewers? Because you can still hear me, can't you?
I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah.
I can't hear my.
I can hear you.
No, still got an echo from me.
Still got an echo. Oh, you had it there for a moment. So now speak.
Hello.
Can you hear Mark now? Because I've cut the sound rate down on the NDI. Is that any better? Can you still hear an echo, Mark? Mark?
That's better. That's better.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah, because I've cut it right down. You know, it's still going up, but it's not even going into the yellow now. So hopefully that will be better then.
Don't change anything right now.
Don't change anything. So can I put?
You had it back before.
Hey, is that better? Yeah, I've got to go now. We'll try. See you, Funky Duck Productions.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good now, is it? Yeah. It just means that you can't see me on the Bison camera, can you?
No, we can't see you, but that's okay.
Yeah. But I wonder if it will echo if I put the Bison camera back on.
Well, we can give it a go.
Yeah.
Because of the delay. Okay, so
I'm just
we'll see how.
I'm just going to put it back on to see what happens then. Yeah, that's the Bison. Should be back on. It's not coming on, is it? No, it's not coming on. No, it won't come on, Matt. No. Now I've turned it off, it won't come on. That's because I set it all up before we started, you know. So, so sorry about that. Hope everybody's okay with that now. That there's no echo and everything. Alex says that's a lot better. Cyberdoc says it's still the same. Can't understand that.
There was a point where you had it dead on, and then because of the lag, you went and switched something. So I don't know which point you had fixed it almost perfectly. But everybody, Drone Junkie says it's okay.
Yeah. Well, what's happened, because I put the Bison camera back on, the NDI source volume shot right up to the top.
Okay.
So that should be fine now, I think. I'll put myself back on the screen. That's it. I hope everybody's saying that it's okay. So, Mrs.Centroid, if and when you get into FPV flying, are you going to get a 5-inch FPV? I'm just seeing how much she knows about drones.
Well, I have to base it off what you have. So that's that tiny little.
Yeah, that's a little whoop.
The little whoop you've been flying around downstairs.
Yeah, that's not a 5-inch.
So what's that? A 2.5?
Not even. It's a whoop. That's maybe 2 at most.
A 2, yeah. And is that an FPV then?
It is. You can sync it to the goggles and fly at FPV. 5-inch, we're referring to the size props usually. So the props would be 5 inches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him to start with one that's gonna be the easiest to maneuver.
Probably a whoop.
Yeah.
So then, besides that, then, do you think you will be getting your daughter involved in the YouTube scene then?
You know, I don't really think she has too much of an interest in the YouTube scene. I mean, she likes to watch videos, but I don't know if she would actually want to set up her own YouTube channel.
Yeah. Because that is the thing in it. It's creating your own YouTube channel, you know. I mean, as you said, Mrs.Centroid, you're going to involve animals as well as drones. So you're going to be a very diverse channel. So do you think starting the channel then, you know, that you can get in front of a camera like you have done today?
It's going to take some getting used to. But I know Mark, when you first started, you know, it amazes me that he can do what he's doing, because I would say you're kind of more of an introvert, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, more of an introvert.
kind of keeps to himself. It's a very small social group. So it just amazes me that he is able to get on camera in front of people live and, and feel as comfortable as he does. So I think it's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah, because I look at him and I think to myself how easy he is a natural in front of the camera now. I mean, I see him on that many people's live streams. He's always in Canadian Drone Hub and he's always on other people's live streams. And I mean, oh yeah, that's the question I wanted to ask you. It's just come to my mind. What do you think about him when he does these silly tin-foiled hats that he does on Steve's channel?
I love it, and I bring his tinfoil hats to my classroom. So every week I'm kind of sad that he's taken a hiatus from the what happened?
Oops, don't worry about
from
that.
The tinfoil hats, because with Steve working right now. But it's fun each week watching him come up with and create one, and then, as I said, I take them to my classroom, and the kids get a real kick out of it.
So, do any of your children watch his YouTube channel that you teach?
No, I keep everything separate. So I have, they don't know that I have a YouTube channel. They don't know my husband does, but I try to keep work. We have to keep work in personal separate.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say thanks all for staying in. Skyview Walker, White Rose Adventures, Alex, Drone Junkie, and Kev Craggs. I thought Steve would have been on tonight. I thought he would have come into the chat, but I haven't seen him yet. So
he's probably asleep.
What was that, Matt?
He's probably asleep.
Yes, I would have thought so. How many viewers have we got in now? Because how many?
9 or 10.
9 or 10. And how many dislikes have I got? Because it's the dislikes I always look at.
2. You got 2 dislikes.
2 dislikes?
10 likes and 2 dislikes.
God, someone dislikes me. Oh, quick, get the guns out.
Oh, no. Don't worry, YouTube likes a little controversy.
Oh, don't worry me about getting dislikes, I mean, to me, at least they've taken a few minutes or a few seconds to come in and have a look and decide, oh, we don't like this channel. So that's fair enough. I don't worry at all. Oh, hail the foiled hat man. So, question to you then, Mark.
Yes.
Will Steve, because I know you keep in touch with Steve, is he fetching back the conspiracy theories, Sunday night tinfoil hats?
From what I gathered the last few conversations, he's off for only like 3 weeks or so, and then he's back at the job. So I don't think he's going to do anything serious in the next 3 weeks. He might pick up after his next stint on the refineries. But for now, I think he may stream once or twice, just kind of touch base with his subscribers, let them know that he's still around and that he's busy and that he's not going to be able to get back into regular streaming. I think he's enjoying the break from YouTube. As you well know, it can consume you, and I think he's enjoying it at this point. So, Hey, Gianni G, how's it going?
Hello, say that again, Gianni G. Hello there, Gianni G. Nice to have you in as well. Yeah, because do you take part, Mrs.Centroid, in creating these tinfoil hats then?
No, he does it all on his own.
so he has got a great imagination then.
He really does.
Well, look who else we've got in. We've got Crimson Fantasy from Canada, from Toronto. Hello, Steve, my mate. I have been watching your videos, but as usual, I've been half asleep, so I haven't commented on many of them. I will have to get back because I've been away, as you know, in Mallorca, this lovely sunny isle of Mallorca, and I'm just getting back into the routine of things, aren't I?
I'm gonna have to go back and check. These are some new channels here. I'm gonna have to.
Well, same as me, Matt. I mean, I've Skyview Walker. I've only started following tonight, so no worries. I'm glad you had an awesome vacation. Yeah, and I'll have to get that those questions sorted out for your father as well. I haven't forgot that. It's just that I've had a break, a vacation, and now I'm getting back into the things. I hope. Don't you? So, hey, Sky and Drone. So then, oh yeah, this is another question I want. Are you always nice to people who you don't really like? That's an open question to the pair of you.
Oh.
In my professional career, yes. I have to be.
Yeah, yeah. So, because I want to learn a bit about you, Mrs. Centroid, what type of, what subjects or what teaching do you do? You know, what age group and everything like that?
Sure. This is my 16th year teaching, and I work, over the last 3 years, I've worked with high school students with intellectual disabilities. But prior to that, I worked 10 years with elementary students with emotional disabilities.
And how do you find that? You know, do you find it rewarding, or I bet it must be hard work.
It is very rewarding. It was what I working with emotionally disabled students is rewarding, but it is very stressful. And I did that for 10 years. So now that I'm working with intellectually disabled students, I don't have to deal so much with behaviors. So it's, you know, I enjoyed both, but it's a nice change for me.
Yeah. So, Mark, I'll ask you a question now. When did you last tell your wife that you loved her?
Honestly?
Yeah, because I'm just trying to find out whether you're a romantic type of person or whether you're. Because
I would be lying if I told you today, but it's got to be within the last couple of days.
Oh, so you are a romantic type of person then?
Sure, I guess.
Sure, that's what you. Before. Oh, we've just got Barry's views in, and he says, "Hi, Keith, just popping in quickly to show my support to you before I go to bed. I'm usually in bed before you, Barry, but I'm on tonight because I'm doing this interview with these two nice people from. Oh, Jeanette Pickering's in as well. Hiya, Jeanette. So, if any of you, any of my viewers have got any questions for Mrs. Centroid, because that's you know, the interview is for both of them, but would like to ask Mrs. Centroid a few questions.
Somebody did ask us our dog's name.
Oh,
yeah.
This is Theodore. We call him Teddy.
And we have Cleopatra. She's out cold on the bed sleeping.
So why did you call your dogs Theodore and Cleopatra? Because I can understand Theodore from Theodore Roosevelt, but Cleopatra, you know,
yes.
I just can't get that.
We love historical names, and we had a dog named Caesar, and Caesar passed away over a year ago. But we typically choose historical names.
Historical or literary.
Yeah, we had a boxer named D'Artagnan. So,
and then we had Maximus.
Yes, Maximus. So this guy, he kind of looked like a Teddy.
We call him Special Ted.
So are you into history then?
What was that?
Are we into history? I am a little bit. I've gotten better. I didn't like history in high school, but I've gotten to appreciate it a lot more as I got older.
Yeah. It's all right. Someone's just phoned me on Skype. That don't know, so I'm just telling them I'm doing a live stream.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, anybody in, like, I know White Rose Adventures, I have you. Anybody else have been kind of going through? I've had Barry for a while. Drone Junkie was new, but if I haven't gotten you, I'm going to go through and catch you all. But yeah, it's a very kind of you to be in here, and I will definitely show the support back. So thanks for coming in and watching us. Much appreciated. I already had Crimson Crimson Fantasy from a while ago, so yeah, it's nice to see everybody here.
Hello, EB FPV. Nice to have you in, and Barry's still in. He's saying hello to everyone. So, I mean, I think we've only been on 34 minutes and I've got 2 dislikes. Or have I got more than 2 dislikes now?
I have to look under the screen there.
Back from the sky, hello to you. And East Tennessee Explorer. I haven't got those 2. So, and Chris is in now, just drone and camera. So at the end of the stream, I will come over and check your 2 channels and show my support. Because
you got 17 watching, you got I think 13 likes and about 14 dislikes.
14 dislikes?
I'm kidding. Still at 2.
Oh, hell, that's all right. 14 dislikes. Oh, can't beat that. You know, FaceTime back, and they're trying to get rid of me to put me off. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, we're a dull couple. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing? I forgot you changed your channel name.
Yeah, just drone and camera. Yeah. He's changed his name to that. You know, because you know, I see he went out. Has he been out today with his Spark? I think he has. I think I watched the video earlier on. Yeah. But Random Life ain't been in. It's Ray the Explorer Eagle. Ray, yeah. Oh, so why you change your name to East Tennessee Explorer? God. See, all these channels are changing the name, Matt. You know, I mean, just drone and camera. I see he come in, and I thought, I don't know him. But now I know, you know, I do know it's Chris now.
Yeah. Rob's in, Juneau County Droner. You interviewed him, Robert Stanton. You remember him?
Yeah.
Changed his channel name. So nice to see you, Rob. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Rob. Yeah. Oh, it is Rob, isn't it? Yeah, see, because I didn't know. See, he changed his channel name. I knew he changed his channel name, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Back from the Sky says I look tired. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't know why. It's maybe I'm rested. I'm feeling pretty good right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, but question to both of you then. What's the hardest or most difficult moment you've had in your teaching professions?
You want to go first?
Yeah,
okay. My most difficult time was actually my first 3 or 4 years. Not because I was new, but because I really didn't want to teach.
Yeah.
Last thing I ever thought I wanted to do, and I was teaching middle school maths, and you could ask Kathy, she'll confirm this every time. After every day, I'm like, I got to find another job. This is killing me. So, but I'm glad I stuck through it because it turned out to be a very good job, and I really enjoy teaching, and I love the kids. So that was the hardest. I did break through that threshold, and then after that, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah. Before Mrs. C answers, just drones and camera says, could I tell Mrs. C to smile? She looks bored. And Back from the Sky says, dealing with parents probably.
Would you say that?
Honest, come on, because I can delete this stream later. Give me your honest opinions, you know.
Not so much in the special ed field.
I have a problem dealing with parents, particularly currently I teach mostly the advanced levels, the college level courses, the kids who generally have done well all their career in school. And I'll get accused of not doing a good job because their son or daughter goes from a 98 average to a 95 average. So I get ridiculous issues like that. Nothing serious, but things I don't understand why I have to deal with. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's calculus. It's going to be harder. You're going to see a slight drop in grade, especially if they haven't been doing any work. So yeah, it gets annoying in that respect. So as far as it's concerned.
So Steve Crimson says, can you put a link in for your channels?
Yeah, I can.
Back from the Sky says, ask them if they've ever gotten bribed yet. That's a good question, Back from the Sky.
Have I gotten bribed?
Yeah. Has any parents ever bribed you for to give their children top marks, top grades?
I worked in a district that was fairly affluent, and I wasn't bribed, but I was threatened. I had a student who wasn't doing very well, and the parent called me up and said, you know, I understand my son isn't doing well, but he's trying to get into this college. I was wondering if you could change his grade temporarily so he can get in, and then you can change it back to anything you want. And I'm like, no. I said, I can't do that. And they're like, well, yes, you can. I said, you're asking me to lie. And he goes, no, I'm not. I said, yes, sir, you're asking me to lie. And at that point, he started throwing his weight around in the community and what he was involved in. And he says, you know, I'm going to have to call the superintendent if you don't do this. And I said, hold on for a second. I looked it up and I said, here's the phone number. Go ahead and call the superintendent. I'll be glad, you know, it is your right, but I cannot change the grade. And he actually did call the superintendent. He did call the principal. They called me in, but they were at least reasonable enough to back me in that situation. Yeah, he was trying to accuse me of not grading properly or whatever. He was trying to, you know, have at me in that regard. But yeah, I didn't cave because I couldn't. I wasn't gonna lie. That was a flat out bold threat as far as I'm concerned. And if you and I'm going to say it because if you ask Kathy, she'll say the same thing. The last thing you want to do is tell me what to do. If you ask, maybe I'll do it. But as soon as you threaten or back me into a corner, then we're done. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Sin.
Can you see that Steve's in now? Welcome, Steve. Nice to have you. We have missed you. And I've just taken over your Sunday night spot for the next 3 weeks doing interviews until you come back with the conspiracy theories, you know. And I'll have to pop round now you're off for the next 3 weeks just to see you and catch up with you, won't we?
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be too disappointed. Like I said, I think he's enjoying his time off from YouTube for a bit, you know. So
yeah, and I've had a fairly long break, you know, but because you've taught your man well, Steve, you know, young Matt, he's on all the streams now. He's always in Rogers, and he's. I don't know whether you've watched any of his interviews he's done. Him and Val's life are doing all these drone interviews, you know. So
and he's got me game streaming now too. Well, if you want to call it gaming, it's me doing the sim.
yeah. And that was Steve's doing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got to blame him for that one too.
So is Steve going over to the FPV crowd now?
I never asked him, to be honest with you. You can ask him right now. We'll see what he says because I've never asked him if he was interested in that.
Yeah,
at least I'll ask him.
Yeah, premature.
So, Steve, are you crossing over to the dark side at any point?
So, back from the sky says, is he ever in a room alone with a female student? Or are you ever in a room alone with a female student?
If I am, the door is open and we're sitting in the doorway. I never, ever put myself in a situation where anything can be misconstrued. That is one of the sad things about our society these days. I have to think about that every single time. It doesn't even matter if it's a female student anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's any student. I never keep my door shut, ever, for that reason. So it's a shame. You know, that they can't, you know, that adults can do bad things and students can say adults do bad things. So at this point in time, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah. And we've just got Jack Lee says hello. And Steve says, great to see you to me. Teacher quit and became a cop. Oh, back from the sky. Thumbs up. Yeah. So then. If anybody's got any questions for Mrs. Centroid, because we all know about Matt, it's Mrs. Centroid. So, Mrs. Centroid, what are your likes and dislikes in life? Bye, Barry. Thanks a lot for stopping by.
Likes and dislikes. Well... What's so funny?
You haven't been interviewed in a while, have you?
No, I have not. I have a bit of well, my husband thinks I have a bit of road rage, but
a bit.
a bit, but I do get annoyed when I'm driving and people don't use their blinker, are riding in the passing lane,
Tailgating.
tailgating. I've gotten better.
Driving too slow.
Yeah. Don't use, yeah. Did I say don't use their blinker?
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. So, I mean, even when I'm sitting in the passenger side with Mark sometimes.
She'll reach over and honk the horn for me.
Yeah, I'm like that. I hate all those things you've mentioned because I am a very impatient driver. If I get behind somebody doing 20 and they don't signal, I hate drivers who do not signal. That's what I think. So, Robert Stanton's just said, what does Mark's wife think about him getting into FPV?
I think it's great because he was into scuba diving for a long time. I'd say probably over 10 years.
17 years.
17 years. He started as recreational and he worked his way up into instructor. And he did that for many years. And then I guess I don't know if he got bored, but
no, I got involved with construction.
Yeah, he took a break from scuba diving for a little while. And he just really didn't get back into it. And he just said, I don't know if I want to get back into it. I don't know, I just wish I could find something else that could, that I could keep my interest and I could be excited about and interested in. So I think you just started going on YouTube and just going on sites and things. And then all of a sudden it just opened up this whole new world. And it's nice to see that he's excited about something like he was when he was into scuba diving. So I'm just glad he's found another hobby because he's the type that he has to keep himself busy. And if he doesn't, he's just, you would say, you're just unproductive and miserable, and he just has to keep himself busy. So I find that since he started a few months ago, it's keeping him busy.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So I've just got another question here from Steve, because he says secretly you want to be British. So
that's been out for a while.
Yeah. So what do you both think about the British? Honest opinions. You can call us to hell or whatever.
No, I don't want to go first on this one.
Why not? I love the British. I first of all, I love your accent. I love the way you talk. I went to London actually, which
this summer, yeah.
This summer, yes. I would have. I went to Ireland and I went to just London, and I really wish I would have had an opportunity to kind of do what I did in Ireland and really go and do some touring, go through the countryside, and I didn't get a chance to do that. So I would like to do that, just to kind of get to know a little bit more about Brits.
And what about you then, Matt?
What? About the British?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, according to Steve, everything. No, I love the history. I love the culture. I enjoy the people. I mean, I've gotten to know quite a few people through YouTube, particularly, and my friend's parents were from England, and so I learned a lot from him. And he would always teach me something and bring stuff back whenever he went to visit relatives. So I mean, I've never been to England myself. I've been to Ireland and Italy, but I've never been to England. Maybe someday we'll make a pop over there and see what it's like. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, as I've said to you before, there's always the floor, mattress on the floor at mine. I think it'll be the same at Steve's. Lauren says hello to us all. And I noticed Back from the Sky mentioned something about driving in New York. So Back from the Sky must be a New Yorker by the sounds of it. I don't know whether you have followed his channel, have you?
No, yeah, I followed Back from the Sky, and we talked. We were talking about what different foods are called in different parts of the states today, I believe. And I've had an opportunity. I used to work in Yonkers. I traveled the Sawmill River Parkway, which I'm sure Back from the Sky knows about. And I've had some time in the city. Yeah, that's a madhouse trying to drive.
Yeah,
it's a madhouse.
I would not drive in New York City.
No.
I'll take I take the metro.
Yeah.
Down.
So Glenn's still in, or is it? Or is it? Or is it Back from the Sky? I don't know what he's going on about there because I've missed out a little bit. So because I've driven in New York, because I have been to New York, flew into JFK and drove around New York, Staten Island, and Manhattan, and did the Statue of Liberty, and I have driven out into New York State, but I didn't call it Liverpool, did I? And I support Liverpool in the Premier League in the UK. So are you into any sports then at all, Mrs. C?
Not really.
Are you a sporty person?
It's funny. Before I met my husband, I was, but my husband is not into. He doesn't watch any sports. He always says he plays sports, but he doesn't like to watch sports. If there was any sport that I think that he would watch, would be hockey. And we do have some local farm teams here in Syracuse, so we do go to some hockey games, a few hockey games, to watch the farm teams a few times a year here in Syracuse.
Oh, so I didn't know that. So out of American football or British soccer, which would you pick out of the two?
Out of American football or British soccer, aren't they?
No, he's talking about football. No, football like Super Bowl or soccer. What we know as soccer.
Oh, soccer here.
Yeah.
Soccer's not too big here.
Not as big as it is in Europe.
Not as big as it is in Europe. I think football is.
What would you prefer?
Football, American football. It's what I'm used to.
Yeah. Oh, so let's get back. I want to delve a bit into Mark's diving experiences then. What are some of the places that you would love to dive now?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef would be my first on the bucket list. Definitely would want to go there. Let's see here. It's been a while since I've thought about it. Yap is another one I'd like to go to. There's a lot of tropical places, but oddly enough, I'd like to try the Arctic.
Yeah.
Dive under the glaciers or near the glaciers because the water is crystal clear and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Not it's not like you see a lot of aquatic life there, but just the colors are amazing. So I just to say that I've done it. I mean, I've done cold water diving. That's mostly what I've done. Dry sea diving and stuff. I've been under the ice a little bit, but nothing serious. But anything like that'd be fantastic. I'm not much of a tech diver. I'm not the type of person that wants to go as deep as I can for as long as I can to see all the shipwrecks down there. 130 feet is fine. They're within recreational and advanced levels is fine. But it's that. I mean, I've been to the Galapagos a couple of times. I've been the Thousand Islands is actually pretty good here in the United States, and I've been by near Florida and stuff, Carolinas. But I'd say my first place would be Great Barrier Reef in Australia.
Yeah. Jack Lee's just asked a question. Can you ask the parent what they think about the gun laws in the States? You can take the Fifth Amendment because you are American, so you can do that.
I respect the question. Kathy can answer all she wants, but I make it a policy on my channel that I don't express my views on any politics whatsoever, because this is the place where I come to have fun, and that's one question that you'll never change anybody's mind here in the States, no matter what side you're on. People are so passionate that it ends up in an argument, and I'd rather stay happy here on YouTube. So I'm gonna plead the fifth on that. It is my goal so that nobody knows whether I'm pro-Trump or anti-Trump or pro-gun or anti-gun, because that's not what I'm on YouTube for. So I apologize if I disappoint by not letting you know about my views on gun laws. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, the politics and religion you never get into, because it causes a lot of problems.
I mean, it's a discussion worth having, but this for me is not the venue, the platform for me to do it on. So I apologize.
Yeah, he says sorry for asking. I did not mean to upset you.
I feel bad that I can't answer it for you. I would like to, but I appreciate the question. No, I don't apologize. You have every right to ask, as long as you're okay with me saying no.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I just feel bad I can't oblige. That's all.
Yeah, and he also asked about diving. How about the Galapagos Islands? Would you love to dive there?
I've been there twice.
You've been there? God, wow, wait.
I've been diving with whale sharks, hammerheads, you name it, dove with it there. I was 2 feet away from a whale shark. I have pictures, can't show them to you because I don't have them digitized. That was long before I actually started getting into drones and stuff. It was actually all done with film, not with digital camera. So, yeah.
Well, so did you do any diving with him at all then, Mrs. C?
I'm certified as well. Yeah. And I've done just mostly freshwater diving. And we actually started my daughter with the certification process, but she hasn't finished. I still would like to do that.
Yeah, we could still do
get
that.
Her, get her finished. So I am certified, but I haven't. Galapagos, I did not go because it was a liveaboard. Yeah. You had to live on the boat in the middle of the ocean for 7 days.
7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
There's no civilization.
No civilization. So I said, no, I think I'll pass on that one.
And the diving is a bit more on the advanced level. It's current. Yeah. There's no reference. Let's put it this way. You don't go there after 10 dives. You want a little bit more experience under your belt before you do that kind of diving.
I'm just reading what Steve's putting on. Gramps, it's a chance to bring the Osmo for some interview footage with the FOTMB crew. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, are you in on Thursday then, Steve? Because I'll pop round Thursday afternoon if you are. Have a little natter. Because, it seems ages since I've seen Steve on. So, Mrs. C, could you tell us, have you got any special talents? Are you a good cook? Are you a good knitter? What talents have you got that you could sell to us?
She's being...
Oh, who's that? The daughter?
My daughter came in.
Oh, come in. We're going to meet the daughter now.
Peeking right there.
Hello, daughter. This is great. So
he'll pop up there eventually.
So, Mr. and Mrs. C's daughter, what do you think to your parents both starting YouTube channels?
It's kind of weird.
I'm a nerd, apparently.
Don't you think that it's brilliant of them starting it? Because it just shows that. Looking at your dad, how much he's getting into technology and how much he's enjoying this hobby of YouTube. And the same with your mother. All right, she hasn't got anything on her channel yet, but she has started a channel so she can comment. And like tonight, she's coming gracefully to be interviewed by me,
Would you like to start your own?
It would be fine, but I don't know if I have time. As much as he has.
What?
I'm just saying.
Well, yes, we don't want to interfere with their social life. That's the time it would be interfering with. Let's be honest here.
So, what are your interests then?
I like hanging out with friends a lot and chilling, watching TV. I don't really have anything.
I'm going to ask you the question. So, where do you want to go for your graduation trip? Today.
What do you mean?
Where do you want to travel for graduation when you graduate? What's your latest decision? What country do you want to go see?
I don't know. I'm like stuck between like 5.
5?
Or like 3.
We're only going to 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if I was you, I'd talk them both into doing a world trip, because that'd answer all the questions, wouldn't it? You know.
You got your checkbook ready there, Keith?
No. But I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if we all club together, we'll set up a GoFundMe page on Facebook. You know, I'll Mr. and Mrs. Centroid and daughter to do a around the world trip. Friends of the North Beach laughs out loud. 2 questions. Are you talking about Tuesday night or what? Oh, it's all right. I'm looking at the chat and they're talking amongst themselves. Mr. Kevin and Mr. Steve.
So Back from the Sky says, "Thank you, Back from the Sky. I appreciate that."
Yes, because this is it. Without your wife backing you on your YouTube channel, it can create a lot of problems. Because I have a lot of problems, because my wife is not into technology at all. So, of course, whenever I go on the internet, she goes to bed. She goes out the way because she just does not like technology at all. But if I phone if I phone the daughter up on Skype, she's all right with that. Or I check her Facebook page, she's all right with that. So, you know, you've got to have family members also involved. Lauren says, your life just got a lot better. Hello, everyone. Yes, because Lauren's in, our life's got no transmission master. No, thank you, Steve. Yeah, well, you're the expert on it. I'm just learning, you know. And I found out that if you lock the screens, they alter, don't they?
Yeah, something like that. It was really weird. I was doing that.
So I've left the screens unlocked, and they've stayed the right size, haven't they? So daughter, we've just been talking about your mum and dad diving. Have you got any, what can I say, any attributes of thinking about taking up diving?
Yeah, I almost got certified, but like right before the open dive, I didn't go.
Yeah, she didn't do the open water certification dives, but we'll have to do the whole course all over again. It's been such a while.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, because I've got the daughter and I ain't got any questions. So would I put her on the spot about that then? Have you got a fella in your life?
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, hell. So your time is taken up, spent watching TV. What type of programs do you like to view?
I like TV shows like One Tree Hill and Friends. Like those TV shows.
Yeah. And what about your taste in music then?
I like throwbacks and like rap.
Oh, so do you go out watching artists, or you know, because like here with Steve and Kev, that they go to I forget what they call it now, but they're into heavy metal. You know, so have you got anything like that in where you live, or have you got to travel for things like that?
Yeah, there's like a stadium nearby, and I've seen a couple of people play there.
Yeah. This stream is looking good. Eagle, please disable the audio from Centroid. It's fine, but very echoey. Rather say that, not say. Yeah, I've tried. So you just turn it off, the NDI, but don't they disappear if I turn the NDI source off?
Yeah, if you turn the NDI source off, and then you might just need to bring in an audio output, and you'll choose your headset.
Yeah. Well, I've just turned it off now. So can you still hear yourself through that?
I'll let you know in a second.
Because that's the audio source only, mate. Yeah, the audio. So can you hear yourself?
I'm not plugged in.
Tell him I was next to me.
Skyview Walker says sounds great here.
That's so smart.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see in a second. Yeah, might be fine.
Yeah. Oh, so I have turned the NDI source off now. The sound.
Sounds good.
Oh, so you can still hear then? Because
Yep.
what's that? Create a new audio output capture and disable the NDI source.
No, but I still heard myself. So.
Yeah. I'll have to come round and learn that, Steve. Because how to do, because on a laptop, I don't know. I'm more into punk and blues, Eagle cracks. Oh yeah. Oh, I am just meddling, mate. It sounds good now. Oh, that's all right, Steve. Good. Thanks a lot. So all I've done is just muted the sound on the NDI source.
Yeah.
Because I've got two NDI sources on.
Okay.
One for the big screen, like we're on now. One for the.
Do such a thing.
Yeah, for the dual stream, So, yeah, because that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I've got the two NDI sources on, and that's what might have been causing the conflict. Yeah, because as I say, I've got the two on. But let's see. So, is it any better now then, Steve? Lauren wants a blue wrench, so I will put a blue wrench in. I will give you one, Lauren. There you are. You are now a moderator on my channel. What is a blue wrench? Drone Junkies, a blue wrench gives you can then sound fine now. Oh, good. That's grateful, Kev. Because I'm not a big OBS streamer because I usually do it through Hangouts, but I do like the thing where you can change the scenes and everything like that. Oh, great interview. Steve, it's hard work, because Mrs.Centroid hasn't got anything on her channel. This is the first time I've spoken to you, isn't it? Really, Mrs.Centroid.
Yeah.
Mrs. C. Yeah. So the one thing you can't do any research. So you just ask questions, and hopefully it comes from that. Because I know all about Mark. I mean, that interview that Val did on Mark, it was all about his teaching. So I thought, do I really want to interview him about teaching? Because Mark's mentioned a lot about teaching. So really, it's just getting to know Mrs. C and what makes her tick. And really pleased that she's let Mark do his hobby, because, as I say, without anybody, best advice is to never stop talking and repeatedly cut off your guests. Yeah, we know that. Don't we? Because Steve, have you watched Steve's channel? Have you watched Steve's channel, Mrs. C?
You've seen the conspiracy.
Oh yes, I did. When Mark was on a couple of times, I also went on to watch.
Yeah.
His channel.
So, do you agree with me that on Steve's live streams, it's very hard to get a word in? Be honest. No skipping this question. You've got to answer this honestly. Because this is mainly for Lauren's sake, because I can just imagine Lauren trying to say something to him and she can't get a word in.
Well, I mean,
you're putting on a spot. Poor Steve's sitting there in chat waiting for the answer.
Come on, he knows what he's like, Mrs. C. He openly admits that it's very hard to get a word in when he's on.
Well, he's very interesting. I enjoy listening to him, so
Good opening.
Yeah. So what I don't see too much on mean, I wasn't live on there, but watching it, I mean, I think, I don't know, I think you guys go back and forth a lot from what I hear.
Give a percentage.
One room over.
Yeah, one room over. Give a percentage.
No,
Well, no, I'd still give him. I'm forgetting to change over, aren't I? I'd still give Steve 10 out of 10 because his live streams are very, very interesting. And because he knows how to engage with people in the chat, which is, I find it hard to concentrate on thinking about questions to ask and listening to the answers and keeping a watch on the chat. I think it's a very hard job, but it comes naturally to him.
I try to pick up tips. I mean, if I may interject, that's my weakness when I live stream is keeping up with the chat. So I try to watch how he does it. It's not an easy thing, and he does a very good job with it. So
yeah, he does. Because I'll tell you what, I've got the chat on the big screen on the TV, and because my eyesight's getting worse, I've had to get new glasses. I still find it hard to read the chat on the big screen, and to see it on the computer, I cannot see it. That's why I don't like putting the chat in the YouTube window, because I can't read anything on that. And I know, I had my eyes tested last week, and they said me cataracts are getting worse. So, I've had to fork out another £300 for a new pair of glasses just to see, and I'm still having difficulty seeing now.
Well, I got to read Back from the Sky. He says, if he talks too much, you don't have any other choice but to listen to him.
That's a good one, Back from the Sky. Oh, hell. But he is, I mean, Steve doesn't talk over me as much. I suffer with it, and he teaches me how to spell and how to read certain words. Look at that. Steve's a teacher. Would you believe that?
He's always teaching me something.
Yeah.
He's teaching me I want to be British, apparently. I actually think he's brainwashing me to do that. I'm not taking responsibility for it. I think Aerial Views is trying to brainwash me to become British.
Yeah. Mark and Mrs. C, when are your plans? What are your plans for coming over to Britain to see Steve, myself, Kev, Cragsy, Jeanette, Chris, and all your YouTube friends and acquaintances in Britain or the UK?
When do you think you'd want to go?
I don't know. I love traveling, and teaching is nice. One nice thing about teaching is we do get some time off. So we're off in the summertime, and then we have some time throughout the year. And my daughter's entering her senior year of high school next year. She'll be in 12th grade, and then she'll be off to college. So I think we'll have a lot more time.
Yeah.
To be able to do a little bit more traveling. Most of our traveling has really been so far as as a family, but
question is, do we do it when she's in college, or do we do it before she's in college?
Right.
I mean, if we go if we do the big trip with her next year, that would probably pretty much absorb that. But I don't know. It'd probably be. I don't know. We have to seriously think about that. When our time off is to be able to do it. So we have to sit down with the calendar and look at it. I mean, next year, like I said, next summer, we probably wherever we're going to wind up. Now, who knows? Maybe she'll want to go to England, but we'll let her make up her mind for that for next year. But probably the following year, maybe spring break or the following summer. After we're done with that trip, we'll see.
Well, that's good news, because they're all saying you've got to come to Grimsby and Cleethorpes. And Robert says, I have to say that being on Mark's channel is very enjoyable. Yeah, well, I would agree on that, because I've only been on once, because the problem is, Rob, is the live streams in the States. I mean, it's 11:15 here now, and I'm a day person, not a night person. So I usually I'm usually in bed at this time. And Jack Lee says, well, I live in North Wales. You will love this. So there, yeah, you've got an invite to Wales now. I was on Centroids. I was drunk. Doubt he'll have me on again.
Kitty Crags. Well, first of all, I want to go back to Juneau County Droner. He bailed me out last night. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to stream. I was in a bit of a doldrum about YouTube and some of the drama that's been going on. I didn't even want to go on. And he came on, and a few other guests came on. We had a go of it, and it turned out to be a decent stream. So I really had no motivation. So thanks a lot, Rob, for coming on, man. You did bail me out last night.
Yes, well, I
shut it down.
I did watch that because you had Val's life on, didn't you? And Roger was in the stream. I didn't make a comment because I watched it on the phone while I watched it on the TV. But I left the phone in the room, so I couldn't go on the chat. So I do apologise for that, but I did watch it, because I watch most of your streams, but I'm usually laid in bed.
Well, did you see it from the beginning, or when did you catch it?
I think you'd been on about 20 minutes when I came in.
Okay, good. I was pretty much off my rant by that point, so yeah. I think. And Craig, come on anytime, man. You were fine. It was Steve that was dropping the F-bomb.
Well, you'll have to do a British one again then, with your British ones, because I was going to download, get some images of the flags, but I thought I can't repeat what you do, That's always nice.
I stole that idea from Steve. I just took it one step further and put all the flags up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's lovely seeing Robert on, because I remember the interview I did with him, nearly 2 years ago. Great guy, and I'm pleased he's coming on to streams now because it's just great seeing him, and he's another natural. He's getting into it. I can see him doing a Canadian drone up type of stream, and getting all the droners in onto his channel as well, because I was thinking about setting up competition against Roger, but I don't think I'd get many in on mine.
And I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds, Robert, but I do believe Juneau County Droner is going into maybe dabbling in FPV too soon.
Oh, he isn't, is he? Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Oh, Robert, no, you can't go over to the dark side. Okay, Grandad is in that, so just hearing how he is. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope he gets well then, Alex. Release the Lens. If you haven't followed Release the Lens channel, he's a young man from Shropshire or somewhere that area. He's he's hoping to start his own wedding photography video business. He's doing quite well. He's a brilliant photographer, brilliant videographer as well. And thanks, Steve, for putting Centroids channel in. Could you also put in Mrs.Centroid's channel?
You're gonna wind up with subs and no contact. Yeah, you're really gonna look like a troll now.
Because Mrs. C has got a channel, and I think how many subscribers she got then, Mark?
20 something.
Yeah, about 20.
Yeah, 20. So you're not far, he's only got 715. So you can soon take off when you don't even have to put.
Did I drop 3 more again? Oh Lord!
I don't know how many I've dropped. I always lose some. Every time I put a video up or do a live stream, I bet I can lose.
Oh no, I'm at 721 now. Go figure. Yeah. I think it's because of your stream, though, Keith. Thank you.
Jack Lee.
Out of this view.
Jack, I will review your channel. Put your because not this month because I've already done the one for this month, but the next month one I am thinking about doing it as a live stream. What I'm going to do is get a couple of droners on, drone flyers on, one FPV if I can, and one photography, and just discuss the channels that I review, and make it a lot more interesting, and hopefully get you a few more subscribers. So yeah, I will definitely review your channel for you.
I just posted Mrs.Centroid's channel. She's got the same icon as I do.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just seeing how many subs she's got then. I'm just going over to her channel. 24!
24, woohoo! I better start putting some stuff on it.
Yeah. Like you said, you're a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's doing well, isn't she? Now the only trouble is I can't get back in.
Yeah, I mean, she wanted to comment on my interview when I was being interviewed by Val, and I said, you can't comment unless you start a channel. So she started a channel.
Yes, that's how I started it, because I wanted to comment.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people who have got channels that are just watchers, you know, because I've got quite a few like that who just watch my channel.
Steve's always good about spamming these links. Thanks, Steve.
What's that doing on there? 10 watching.
Yeah, we've been strong over 10 all this time. It went up to almost 20 at one point. It's been fluctuating.
That's it. Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got it back. I've got the chat back up now because 18 likes and 2 dislikes. Terrible.
Still the same dislikes.
Yeah.
7 subscribers.
What did you have? 27 already?
30 jumped up to 27.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many have I lost? I can't tell how many I've lost. That is the problem. Because you do. I don't know what it is, you know, and it's 21 minutes. So put on the bell. I will be waiting for the first video.
Press on now.
Yeah.
On the bell, so he's going to know when you put your first video up.
And Miss Remy Moore's in. Hello, Remy. Thank you for coming in. Nice to see you, because I've just supported Remy's channel, I think, tonight, because I saw her in the House of Prayer channel. And I'm sure I have supported her channel. Yeah, I have done. Yeah, I did do. I thought I had. Oh, I've lost the chat again. Oh, no, I haven't. It's there. It's me. Who could possibly dislike me? Well, Kev, I could answer that one, because there are a lot of people who could possibly dislike me, because I am, you know, I'm very opinionated, because I can ask some questions, you know. So you've been married next year, 25 years, you two. So do you think you'll make it to 50 years? I just thought that was a good question, that one, because you put up with each other for 25 years.
Wait, is that assuming that we're both alive still?
Yeah, because what would you be? You'd be so you'd only be 75, Matt.
I don't know if I'll live that long.
We always say to each other, "You're stuck with me."
Yeah, I hope we last, because at this point, I don't know who else would want to put up with my little picadillos, to be honest with you.
I mean, we always say that it's one thing to love your partner; you really have to like your partner.
Yeah,
and I feel that we do. We like each other. We like each other's company.
We have a lot of similar interests. We have a lot in common. You know. We
also have a lot of, things that we, that we like differently.
Yeah.
And I think,
like, we've been on holidays apart from each other, where she's gone with my daughter to go visit her mother, or I've gone to the Galapagos on my own. And, and we've gone on vacations together, so we don't have any issues like doing things apart from each other. It's always good to do it together, but because of there are interests that I have that she doesn't have, I can still go and do that. So it's I think it's been the best of both worlds, to be honest with you. And at least she trusts me to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That you've got to have the trust there, because I mean, I keep on saying to my wife, can I go back to the States? Because I've got that many invites to come over, because with her being the age she is, her insurance is too expensive. So I says, I'll drop you off at the daughter's, and I'll go for a couple of weeks, but she won't let me. Mm-hmm. She says, I don't trust you. I went, why don't you trust me? She says, I just don't trust you. And I thought, well, because she always goes, if I go first, I bet within a week you'd have another young lady around. And I went, no, I won't. I've got my computer. I've got my hobby.
Eagle VP, the player.
Lauren says, me and Steve are not married, but in a marriage. It's all about communication and trust. Yes, it is, Lauren, But
it's just a piece of paper.
Yeah. But my wife don't trust me as far as she can throw me. Why? She's been a second husband was a bad one. So that's all I'm saying, So out of that, she trusts me as long as I'm in sight. When I'm not in sight, but I don't even look at another woman now. I won't flirt. I mean, I did when I was younger, but not now. I mean, we've been together 44 years, I think, something like that. And to my mind, if anything happened to her, I won't bother. I've got the computer, I've got my YouTube friends, I've got my YouTube channel, and that would keep me busy.
Yeah. Well, Steve has a good question. He says, would you trust Centroid around his friends?
Yes.
That was a quick one. No, I mean, it depends on the kind of trouble.
I trust you around your best friend, which is Mike. Who?
Oh yeah. Well, he's trouble.
Roger's just said hello to the pair here.
Hey, how you doing, Roger? Canadian Drone Hub's in. How's it going, Roger?
Canadian Drone Hub, I will give you a moderator's blue wrench, Roger, because I think you deserve it. See, I mean, this is it. I do these interviews, and the one person who I'd love to see in here, she ain't been in here. Val's life,
Val's life. Well, she's working. Actually, she's got an interview coming up at 7 o'clock, so she knows about it, I think.
Yeah. So which droner is she interviewing this time?
I think Drone Effects with Claude, I think.
Oh, yeah. So who's going to be your next interview then, Matt?
I don't know, actually. I really don't know who I'm going to interview next. Like I said, I've been less than motivated with things that have been going on. I need to buckle down and think about it. The last couple of things I've done was the FPV build with Louis B. Floyd. So that's taken up some time. So I kind of veered away from the interviews, but I need to bring that back. I do have a potential interview in April, I think I mentioned with you, that has nothing to do with the droner. It has to do with a particular channel that I follow that I really like, and they've agreed to be interviewed by me. But I don't want to say anything until I confirm that, and that should be happening this month. They said they were busy until April, so I'll have to get in touch with them, and then I'll put a promo out about that. But they're not droners. It's not about drones, and I'm trying to branch out a little bit and just look at some of the channels that I've really enjoyed watching, inside and outside the droning community. So,
could I suggest another British one then for you, Mark?
As long as it's from you, because I'm going to get accused of wanting to be British, because Steve's watching.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking, it'd be nice to get to know a bit about Craigsy.
I'd love to have Craigs on. In fact, there was that time where I was supposed to have a few of the guys on at once. I could still do that.
Yeah.
I would ask Steve to be on, but you know what'll happen then.
Well, I think you should interview Steve.
With Craigs, I don't know.
No. You could only manage one of them at once.
Well, no. Will anybody even hear me at that point? It might turn into his show. We might as well just do it on his channel.
Oh well. Jack Lee says, I do think American women do care more for their men than they do in the UK. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that one, Jack.
Wow. I'm assuming he's from the UK?
Yeah, he's from North Wales, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
UK Heart, that's what it is, yeah. I don't know. So then, let me see what else. It is one then. Do you like summer or winter more? Which season do you prefer?
Who are you asking first?
But both of you, but you know, whoever wants to take that, you know.
Winter.
Yeah, I hate the dead of summer. I can't handle heat. If I could, but I love winter and I love the snow. I'd like to see it go. If I could find a place where I could live that was 55 to 58 degrees all year long, that'd be where I'd live.
Yeah, we have 4 seasons. Fall,
Yeah,
I think,
fall's our favorite.
Is our favorite time of year.
But it doesn't last long. It goes from summer to winter very quickly here in central New York.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked that was because with you being into drone flying, you know, I prefer seeing winter scenes more than I do the summer scenes, you know, from a cinematic point of view.
Oh, it is beautiful. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because when you went out to that river and you did your aerial shots, you know, that was beautiful. That, you know,
well, you see everything with no leaves on the trees. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so that was Steve's very patriotic, Lauren. Yeah. So, Cragsy, would you be willing to be interviewed by Centroid Aerial Images? Just put yes or no, then we can know.
As much as you want before.
So, Mrs. C, where was you born then? Are you from New York State originally, or?
Yes, I was born in Newburgh, New York.
Yeah.
And actually, Mark, he was born in Beacon, New York.
I wasn't.
Where you were born in Connecticut?
I was born in Connecticut,
but you grew up in Beacon, New York, and you know, we actually lived about 15 minutes from each other, but we didn't meet each other until we were in our late 20s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So going back then to when you was at college or whatever, university, what did you both want to do for a living?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I worked in the medical field. My mom was an office manager in a doctor's office, and my sister worked in the medical field. So I originally was going into nursing, and I started taking some nursing courses, but then I just got tired of the medical field, and I knew I wanted to work with children. I just didn't know in what capacity. So I kind of started taking some other courses, and then I think I met Mark, and Mark, he hadn't started teaching yet, but he had his degree in education. So then I kind of shifted over to the education field, and then went that route.
And what about you, Matt?
I still don't know what I want to do.
After 24 years in the teaching profession, and you still don't know what you want to do.
No, I didn't. I always say that teaching chose me. I didn't choose teaching, but I actually went to college for psychology. That's actually what my undergraduate degree is in. I wound up taking math as a hobby, oddly enough, and took more maths courses than any of the maths majors would have to take, and I just fell in love with it. And actually, at one point, my goal was to just keep go into academia and do research and stay in the pure math field. But I then got tired of school and left, and pretty much had a psych degree and a master's in teaching because that was the only natural thing to keep going on with at the point. So, and I had no intention of teaching math. I really did. I only got it because it allowed me to stay on the campus. I was a hall director, which meant I was an employee of the college, which meant I got my master's for free. So I got that as kind of a happenstance. It just kind of fell in my lap, and I just kept working towards it. I had no intention of being a math teacher.
So Mrs. C, do you enjoy shopping?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I love clothes shopping. And we downsized over the last couple of years. We went to a 5-bedroom house to a townhouse. So it's been very, very challenging finding places to store my clothes. Let's put it this way. The garage is now my walk-in closet.
Keith, you have to understand, in each house we were in, one room was dedicated as a walk-in closet. I'm not joking. I've had to put shelves and bars and everything in for a while. It was one big walk-in closet. I'm not joking.
So I can just imagine you've got about that much space, and the rest of the garage is Mrs. C's. And I see Steve's just said, all the times I have spoken to Mrs. C, I think she is a very intelligent and kind woman. Oh, that's a great compliment from the British Steve.
A little bit of butt kissing there, I would say.
Yeah. So could you reply to that one, Mrs. C?
Well, that's very, very kind of Steve, and likewise, I think he's a very intelligent and kind young man.
Oh, look out! I'm joking. Oh.
With all due respect, whenever he speaks to my wife, he's very polite.
Yes,
so I appreciate that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Well, this is it. You know, I mean, he is. He's a great guy, Steve. You know, I mean, there's no getting away from that. I really enjoy meeting up with him. I really enjoy. Bye, Baz. Thanks a lot for stopping in and watching the Eagle go on for a load of rubbish, a load of waffle, innit, you know. But I've got out the interviewing technique, you know. I've lost it, you know. I'm 3 months older and I've lost it. I really have. No.
Hope you get back on track here then.
Eh?
I'm glad we could get you back on track then.
Yeah. I appreciate this. You know, I don't know how many dislikes I've got. You know, but
you're up to 12 dislikes.
12 dislikes. Oh well, that's good. Yeah. You know, because I usually reach 50. You know, I mean,
you're at 20 likes and 2 dislikes.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't mind that. You know, 20 likes. Cool.
Well, 20 likes.
Yeah. But I'm going all out for Steve's record now. You know, get back into the swing of things. And by the way, Craigsy did say yes.
Oh, he would do the interview? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Centroid interviewing Craigsy. That'll be a great.
Yes to the interview. Yes to the interview with him drinking a lot before. Which one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Drone Junkie, for coming in. And it's 23:37 now. So I'm going to finish this interview. So I really appreciate you all being in the chat. It's lovely seeing Steve, and that hopefully I'll see him on Thursday. I thank Mrs. C for an interview and for taking the time to join your husband on this live stream. And hopefully we will see you in some of his interviews when he interviews other people, you know, because I love to see a husband and wife team working together. So could I suggest that Mr. and Mrs. C interview Pusa Studios?
That'd be phenomenal, to be honest with you. I think it'd be hysterical.
Yeah, because I'd love to see another couple interview another couple.
Oh, that would be kind of neat.
You should start watching some of their channels, though.
Yeah. And I'd love to see Mrs. C interview Val's life.
Ah,
So
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
that could be interesting. Yeah,
that would be
So
interesting.
do you think you could set that up, Mark? You know.
I'll talk to Val about that.
Yeah. Because I mean, you don't see many women interviewing other women, So that's why I thought I'd mention that, So
Yeah, and I would feel very comfortable
with her.
with Val. Yeah.
Well,
I've seen some of her.
Now there's
interviews.
something to put these two together and make them interview somebody. Talk about being on the hot seat.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. I'd love to see that. Yeah. Oh, and Rob says he'd love to see that as well. So, oh yeah. But I just thought it give you some ideas for your channel, and
yeah, that sounds. I think that's great.
and as I says, I do appreciate everyone coming in. So I'm going to close the stream down now. Then, thank you for being on. Stay on Skype, and I'll talk to you for a bit longer.
Definitely. Thanks everybody for coming and watching.
Thank you for
Thanks for the
watching.
questions. I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Bye everybody.